Hey Aries, welcome to your weekly forecast for November 15th through the 21st. Even though I'm putting the intention for the 15th through the 21st, we have a lunar eclipse on the 19th in Taurus. And anytime there's eclipse energy, it's going to be around a while, several months, sometimes up to 6 months, sometimes up to a year. So even though we're looking into the week ahead, for many of you, these are going to be themes or situations that are around for a while. Okay, we're going to connect here and see what messages are coming up for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What messages we have coming up here for the Aries Collective. Keep in mind, these are general readings. Not every aspect is going to resonate. Take what does, leave the rest. And also, we're looking into the future, so some of this just hasn't happened yet, right? We're going to see what messages are coming up, though. Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, one more shuffle here. All right, that feels good. I like to make sure the cards are very thoroughly shuffled. So, all right, let's get into it, my dears. First card coming up for Aries is the Chariot. Now, you may be dealing with a Cancer. There may be Cancer energy in the works here. You may have a placement, a Cancer placement. So if that is the case, you may be having really big shifts, really big changes in that house or those houses or that area of your life. You may be dealing with a Cancer because it's represented here in the Chariot card. However, we're going to put that aside for a moment and we're going to look at the card itself. First and foremost, it's Major Arcana. Major Arcana cards are coming up when there's big shifts happening. This is a significant chapter in your life. The situation that you're dealing with is directly connected to something you came here to conquer, something you came here to succeed at, right? So anytime we're at this kind of transitional energy, our angels and guides are with us. They're helping us through the process. We're not alone. And this can be movement. This can sometimes be relocation. One of the original meanings of this card is like getting to safety. One of the keywords, original keywords for this card is sanctuary city, which is a different meaning these days than what it meant when the tarot was first put together. That was kind of like if there were people after you. There's certain cities that you could go to and they couldn't touch you. They couldn't extradite you. They couldn't take you back into court. They couldn't, come after you for a debt or do some kind of like Wild West type of justice. It was like a safe zone. And as long as you were a good person while you were there, after a certain period of time, if there were charges against you or anything, they were dropped. They couldn't come after you. You could have gone back home if you wanted to. You could have gone somewhere else, and people just have to leave you alone. So sometimes the Chariot card can have a meaning or a sense of like getting a fresh start or getting to safety or somewhere where you feel is more safe or more secure for you. Some of you have heard me say the Chariot card always makes me think of the quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson when he said, once we make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. Okay? And so a lot of the times the Chariot card comes up in my readings to let you know that one of your big lessons right now, one of the main things that your angels and guides are trying to teach you is exercising your free will. Sometimes the Chariot card comes up when we're feeling really lost and we're like, all right, universe, all right, God, all right, guides, all right, angels, open the door that you want me to go down. Open the door that you want me to focus on. And your angels and guides are like, look, it's kind of the other way around here. We're here to support you and to help you in exercising your free will. We're not allowed to choose the door for you in this situation. In this situation, you have to tell us what you want help with. You have to choose the door. And then we're here. We've got your back. We're ready to help you. So a lot of the times I see the Chariot card coming in when you're learning this life lesson of exercising your free will, of deciding what it is that you want. Some of you have had many, 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 many lifetimes, past lives, where you were in different capacities of service, whether it's civic service, spiritual service, sacrificing, making sacrifices for the people that you loved or your loved ones. And in this lifetime, right now, you're meant to focus on what you want, what it is that you want, what's important to you. So you might find yourself, Aries, in the coming weeks and months where you're finding yourself having to make a lot of decisions. And this is you coming into your power. Every time you make a decision, you're making a statement, right? That you're choosing direction, you're choosing what you want. You have the right to want what you want. So there's this really big like inner shift happening for a lot of Aries coming up. That's the feeling and the sense that I'm getting. The next card coming up here is the Page of Cups. Now, Page of Cups, traditionally speaking, can be a playful or youthful or younger water sign person. It could be a child, okay? So some of you might be making decisions, also asking like what is going to be in the best interest of your children, but also at the same time without like sacrificing yourself, finding the balance in these things. But for me in my readings, the Page of Cups is a sense of playfulness, and a lot of the times the Page of Cups comes up to tell me that you're going through a really massive, really significant heart chakra opening up, right? Because the cups are the realm of emotion, and the page is going to be the most basic, right? Baby step of emotion, baby step of feeling, a new beginning. So the Page of Cups for me can come up when your heart chakra is opening up. And anytime our heart chakra is opening up, we can become super duper overwhelmed. We can become really overwhelmed, and we can be really tempted to just kind of give up and shut down and stop going for what we're going for, or stop trying to make improvements in our life because it feels overwhelming. And the funny thing that I'm feeling, Aries, is I'm feeling like you're getting movement in your life, right? So you're landing that promotion, or you're getting that job, or you're finding yourself you never thought would happen, but you're finding yourself successfully self-employed, being able to work for yourself and making enough money that you can work for yourself. But I feel like all of a sudden there's this anxiety that's coming in. Some of you maybe even like hyperventilating a little bit, like, oh my God, this is actually happening. This is actually happening. Do I deserve this? Some of you are dealing with like this imposter syndrome where you're like, oh well, I don't deserve it, and they're paying me, or they're coming to me for my product or for my service, but that's because they think I'm better than I am, and I'm really not good enough. And like you start feeling overwhelmed. I got this promotion, I got this job, but I'm gonna mess it up, and we start feeling like it's not safe to receive. We start thinking that, okay, well, this thing came in, but now I'm panicking because I'm thinking about like I'm gonna lose it. It came in and I have it, but I'm panicking about losing it. And where that comes from is because it feels scary to receive. Some of you are coming out of a long time block, and it feels terrifying to receive. And so the Page of Cups says just take it easy. Take a break. Don't run away from it. Don't close the door. Don't give up, but take a time out. Maybe go for a walk. Maybe go for a 15-minute break. Maybe go have a cup of tea or some water, or uh, take a break and shift your thinking and watch something on YouTube that cheers you up or makes you laugh or lightens the mood. Get home and maybe take a nap and just kind of just calm yourself down. But don't close the door. Don't push it away. A lot of you are really focused on healing right now. And the Page of Cups reminds us that playfulness and playing is just as important in our healing process as shadow work. Shadow work is when we're digging deep with all the hurt feelings and the traumas, and we're processing the experiences. We need to do that. That's the heavy aspect of healing. That's the aspect of healing where we feel like we got hit by a truck, right? Any of us on a healing journey knows what that feels like. But play is also crucial because play is the rebuilding, play is the restoring. So, yes, it's a big time. Yes, important things are happening. Yes, there's really massive it's like something out of a comic book or something out of a movie, things that are happening in the world around us, and it's for real. It's actually really happening, things that we thought would never happen. And as the weeks and months go by, there's going to be a lot more of it, my darlings, because something that happens in this lunar eclipse is truth is revealed. Truth is revealed. And so it's going to get crazier. It's going to get a lot crazier. And the way that we're going to have to deal with all of the craziness we're seeing in the world around us or the shifts that are happening in our life, we need to take a break. We need to disconnect from the heaviness, and we need to do things that are going to make us happy or cheer us up or bring a sense of light or inspiration or joy into our life. It's going to be a big part of how we're going to get through the changes and the shifts that are ahead. And it's going to be how you're going to keep your vibration high, right? People ask me all the time, how do I increase my vibration? And sometimes you're like, well, I know how to increase my vibration, but it's really hard to keep high vibe when I'm around so many low vibrational people, or when I'm seeing all this craziness happening around me at work or on the news or in my neighborhood. If you can be in that playfulness in your heart and in that joy in your heart, if you can like run away in your mind to something playful or something happy or something inspiring, or read a book or watch a movie or listen to music that keeps that vibe, that keeps that light energy, it's going to be a lot easier to navigate the changes that are ahead. The next card that's coming up for Aries is the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is a card that comes up when we're afraid to take action, right? We're kind of like at this crossroads and we're maybe feeling a little bit conflicted. Should I? Shouldn't I? What should I do? What steps should I take? And then we're like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to wait it out. I'm just going to wait it out and maybe it'll get better. That is the worst thing that we could do. Some of you have heard me say, for me in my readings, when I see the Two of Swords, it's kind of a little bit of a warning. Like our angels, our guides are telling us, look, we keep telling you what steps to take. We keep putting the writing on the wall. But you're procrastinating or you're doubting it. Now we're going to wait. We're going to give you some time. But eventually it's going to get to the point where the time runs out and we're going to have to come in with a tower moment to get you to where you need to be. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm not here being like a willy-nilly, just throwing things out there or like trying to be like this negative person or be like a fear monger. But with the Chariot card here and the Two of Swords here, it makes me feel like some of you are in an unsafe or unstable situation or environment. Maybe you're sensing that things at work are off and that there's bad news coming. But you're saying, oh, well, you know what? Maybe I'll just wait it out and it'll be okay. It'll be better. And maybe they won't lay me off. Maybe they won't close down. Maybe they'll get over this. Or maybe they're going to, I'll just wait for them to lay me off and then I can get a severance package. Right? But for some of you, it can be really bad news that's coming. And Spirit knows this, and Spirit's trying to say, no, don't wait. Don't wait for that severance package. They might come in and they might say, guys, the economy's been really tough. We're filing bankruptcy. We're completely broke. We have zero. We have zilch. You're not getting a last paycheck. You're not getting a severance because we don't have it. Go file unemployment. For some of you, there's like that kind of a situation coming. And so you need to listen to your gut and say, okay, you know what? This place is going downhill. Let me update that resume. Let me start putting myself out there. And I'm telling you guys, it's a good time to look. If any of you have watched the news, people are leaving their jobs in droves for different reasons. It's not always about the pokes and the jabs. Some people are just deciding that they want to stay home with their families, or they're deciding that they want to have a career change or a career shift. For some of you, it might be about the pokes and the jabs. Don't uh, wait until the last minute. Start taking steps now. I feel for some of you there could even be a move. It might feel or it might seem that things within your community are becoming increasingly volatile or unsafe. And you might be getting these signs to say, now is a good time to get somewhere else, to go somewhere else. We don't want to be overly positive where we're like, well, you know what, I'm just going to keep myself in a bubble, and I'm going to keep myself, um secure, right? And I'm only going to attract good energy. Sometimes spirit will come in and say, you got to go. You got to go. You got to get out of here. And so some of you maybe are putting off this move, or this relocation, or this finding a new job, or you might be feeling, or you might be sensing the people that you're living with are kind of volatile. They're becoming a little bit like, maybe before it was drama, and it's going from drama to like, whoa, I don't know how stable this person is. And spirit is telling you, you got to start taking steps to get out of this environment. If you don't take action, the tower moment will come. Spirit will remove the situation from your life, or something is going to happen to where all of a sudden now you're last minute having to move or make arrangements or look for a job. So don't wait for that last minute to where you're panicking. Start working on it now while you have time, so that you can make a smooth transition, so that you're not feeling pushed off the diving board. The tower doesn't come in to punish us. It comes in to rescue us from a bad situation and to keep us on track in terms of divine timing. So start taking those steps. We have Five of Pentacles. So the road ahead might feel unsure. It might feel scary. And you might have worries and fears around finances. But the Five of Pentacles has a very positive meaning. Because on one hand, we might feel kind of like we're left out there in the cold. We're feeling on our own. We're kind of trudging through this path, unsure of where we're going to end up. But very beautiful things happen on that journey. Five of Pentacles, some of you have heard me refer to it as the Wizard of Oz card, right? Like Dorothy is lost, she's trying to find her way, and along the way she comes across this very unlikely group of characters who are very magical, and they come together and they help each other, and it's like this little soul family. And that happens on the Five of Pentacles journey. We find the true blue people. We find the people that have our back. We find the people who can relate to us, who know what we're experiencing, who know what we're going through. So this is a time for many of you that though things be uncertain, you're being moved to continue. You're being moved to continue taking steps forward. And you're going to find soul tribe and soul family, or support, help. And you're going to make these big shifts or changes in your life. I feel for a lot of you, there's a lot of changes happening in terms of how you're making your money. I feel a lot of you are changing your career or changing your field, or, finding ways to do like independent work, or kind of like gigs and things like this for a while, until you establish some kind of a business for yourself from your own gifts and talents and interests. So it's going to feel like things are really up in the air, and you might feel a little bit lost, but you're not lost. You are being guided. Right? What is that one quote? Not all who wander are lost. Right? So you're not lost. You're being guided. You're being brought out of this old energy into new energy. Right? Um and you're going to find people along the path that you're going to be able to count on and rely on and stick together with. So I feel like a lot of you are even coming into a sense of community, finding community for yourself. Now, some of you are scared because you feel these things and you're like, Amethyst, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to make it happen. Trust your angels are helping you. Trust that there are miracles coming and that you will be guided to safety. Include it. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to safety always, for keeping me safe always, for keeping me in your protection, and for continuing to provide me with what I need at the right time. But trust that you're being guided, okay? You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those might resonate more for you than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. Love and romance readings for November are linked in the description. December love readings will be up soon. I thank you all for watching. Take care, my dears. Bye.